Before we get started, I'd like to have Michael Sanchez, Student Council President, come up for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good morning, Memorial. No, I'm kidding. Okay, let's go. I pledge allegiance. Oh, please rise to salute the flag. Okay, let's start. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Good evening again and welcome to coaches, honored guests, parents, and most of all the student athletes. Before we get started with tonight's festivities, there are a couple people that I have to recognize in the house tonight. First from Central Office, my boss, Mrs. Olivero. We have Ms. Yanez, Supervisor of Special Education. Mr. Solaris, Director of Facilities. Other than Mr. Woolrad, he gets the most grief from me. From the West New York Board of Education, President Adam Parkinson, Memorial High School bowler. Vice President David Morrell. Trustee Jonathan Castaneda. Okay. From the town of West New York, we have Commissioner Margarita Guzman, Commissioner Cosmo Cirillo, and basketball and track star Memorial Gabriel Rodriguez. And I always forget him, but I'll explain more about that later. Mr. Woolrad, Principal of Memorial High School. Okay, before we get started, guys, there are a couple people that I personally have to thank who make this whole show and everything we do in athletics go. As I just said, Mr. Woolrad, there's probably nobody around that I argue more with than Mr. Woolrad, but in the end, his answer always is whatever is best for the student athletes. And to have somebody that has your back, like Mr. Woolrad has, it's huge for me. So thank you, Mr. Woolrad. Before we get onto the field, before we get onto the bus, before we do anything that you guys do athletically, there's a lot that goes into it. And Ms. Burkus is the person behind the scenes that gets the buses ready, gets everything done, makes sure there's officials, and keeps me in check to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So thank you to Mr. Burkus. Guys, when you come into the building in the morning, the building's always clean. When you have your games after school, you know, during the winter, I'm yelling at you, stay off the floor, stay off the floor. But Harry Nunez, Tony Delgado, Ricky Solaris, Bobby Jamieson, the field crew, those are the guys that really get everything ready for you guys. As much as I hate to thank this person, but I have to because he's the best in the business. When it comes to the health of student athletes, there's nobody I trust more in this world than Angelo Rainbow. Angelo is the ESP of the year for the high school. I'd like to thank the coaches. It's a dedicated group. who do everything I ask, even when they don't agree with me, they still do it. Dedicated, high level of integrity, and always have the best interest of the student athletes in their mind. So the coaches, and most of all, thanks to the athletes for the time you put in and everything you do. And when you go to an event, you always represent the high school the way it should be represented. So thank you to the athletes. So now I'd like to have, again, my boss, who when she started being in charge of me, she really didn't know much about sports, and I think now she really knows everything there is to know. So she even questions me on a daily basis. So Ms. Oliveira, Assistant Superintendent.
Good evening, Memorial. It's an honor and a privilege to be here tonight, standing in front of you on behalf of our Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Clara Brito Herrera. She could not be here tonight, but I know that this is one of her favorite events. She loves coming to speak to the student athletes that are here tonight because what you do makes us so very, very proud. So I want to welcome our board president, the Board of Education members who are here tonight. Thank you for coming. Our town officials, thank you for being here. It's an honor to have you. When I look out and I look at our coaches, I can't help but think what an amazing job they do. And they are so blessed, and they love to work with their students. Coaches go above and beyond, and everything they do is so meaningful to them because you are so meaningful to them. Tonight we honor you for your winter sports. Mr. Faraccio lied to you. I don't know much about sports. In fact, many, many years ago when I was part of Memorial, I would kind of walk in the back when the kids were running around the track with my girlfriends and talking. But I have learned to respect greatly what it means to be a student athlete. And you are to be congratulated on what you do on a daily basis. These things that you work so hard at, academics and athletics, will take you very far in life. Know that the seniors that are leaving us, we are so proud of you. We wish you the very best. Excel in everything you do, like you did here at Memorial. Congratulations, senior athletes. Good luck to you.
There is somebody, he's not here, but there is somebody that I need to thank publicly, Frank Menendez, and everything he does for the busing. I know sometimes after school it seems like the bus is never going to get there. The fact that they get there is truly a tribute to Frank and all the hard work that he does. And if there's, other than Mr. Woolrab, I probably get on Frank a little bit more than anybody else. Speaking of Mr. Woolrab, I'd like him to come up now and say a few words.
Well, there's one person who hasn't been thanked yet, and that's Mr. Faraccio. So, you guys and ladies probably don't see, but Mr. Faraccio will call me at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. My daughters will look at my phone and say, "Why is John calling you again?" And it's to tell me on how well and things that are going on in the school at night when I can't get there. So he's always from pretty much 7:30 in the morning to 9, 10 o'clock at night, making sure that you get what you need and you well deserved. So to the student athletes, thank you. You load up on a bus, on the side of the bus it says West New York. So you're traveling all over the state representing West New York. You get off the bus and you have your jerseys and everything says Memorial High School, and really couldn't be prouder of you. Not only how hard you participate in either running in the track, playing football, volleyball, it's the pride that is Memorial High School wherever you go in the state. We just did the Homecoming King and Queen. And like everywhere we go, we say Memorial High School, and people are like, oh yeah, my cousin went there, or my aunt, my uncle. I have every t-shirt I wear and jacket I wear says Memorial High School, West New York. And I live up in Emerson. I go to physical therapy, and people, oh, Memorial High School, I went there. My Miss Jameson's cousin was there and was talking about how great Memorial High School was. My daughter's teacher's uncle was Mr. Tedesco, who was the board president. So you continue that tradition, and a lot of it has to do with the sports, because that's what everyone sees. So the hard work that you put in on the fields and the courts and running really pays off. Not only that, but majority of you are excelling in the classroom. So in order to participate in sports, practice till 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, and then to come in and have the grades that you have is unbelievable, and that's going to take you far in life. To the coaches, they're here, signed in at 7:40. Most of them are here at 7, are here until 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. They have families on weekends, Saturdays, Sundays, and they're going to the events. You don't understand how much that takes away from their family life, but they are actually with their family, because this has become their second family. And coaches, thank you so much. I couldn't thank you enough. You really don't get enough praise for what you do. And I know your parents aren't here, or your guardians, but you have to remember the sacrifices at home that your family makes too, because you're away and they make sure you're doing your schoolwork and they've gotten you this far. So just make sure when you get home to thank those who have supported you throughout your career here. And with that, I'm going to pass it over, and thank you very much for everyone that's here from the town and Central West.
I'd like to call up now President of the Board of Education, Mr. Adam Parkinson.
This is probably one of the first events in the school year where the seniors in Memorial High School are constantly going to be hearing, congratulations, class of 2019. Give yourself a round of applause for that. You guys have been in our school district for so long, many of you since kindergarten or pre-K. Now, in our school district, the seniors have March, April, May, and June. 4 more months. It's crazy. Like Miss Olivero and like Mr. Warab insinuated, on behalf of the Board of Education, I can't thank all of you enough. When each one of you go out in our buses, wearing your uniforms, it says Memorial High School and it says West New York. Being someone who graduated from this school district and having the honor to represent this school district now as president of the Board of Education, I can't thank you enough for all that you do representing our town and our school. Being a student athlete is not easy. You have school, you have your grades that you have to keep up. Many of you are in extracurricular activities aside from sports. And you have your commitment to your sport. It's a lot of responsibilities. Aside from your home lives, it's a significant amount of responsibility. Yet what each of you do is you go above and beyond, and you represent our district to the best of your ability. And for that, I can't thank you enough. Again, well deserved. This night is about you. It's about celebrating your accomplishments and your achievements. So I'm going to be closing. I just wanted to also thank my fellow board members who are here, the town commissioners who are here, Commissioner Rodriguez, Commissioner Cirillo, Commissioner Guzman, thank you so much for being here for our students. It means a lot to me. Thank you to our coaches. Thank you to our administrators, Ms. Burkus, Mr. Ferraccio. They do so much for you. Your coaches do so much for you. And by the end of tonight, I'm sure you've said it already, thank them again for all of the work that they do. They're your second parents. They're your parents, they're your counselors, many of them are your teachers. Stepping up to be a coach is no easy responsibility, but they do this. They put all this time and effort in for you. The other people you need to thank when you get home, your parents, thank them. You're out of your house for a long time. Sometimes your parents will be happy about that you're out of your house for your whole time. But thank them, they're supporting you. And with that, I just want to again close by congratulating all of you, especially our seniors. Wishing you guys the best of luck.
All right, guys, let's start bringing up the coaches. First coach up, cheerleading, Coach Mistovich. And Coach Renner.
Good evening. I want to begin by thanking Central Office for fighting for the best interest of our students every day. Thank you, Mr. Walrath, for your continued support of the athletic program. Thank you, Mr. Ferraccio and Mrs. Burkus, for making sure your program has everything it needs to be successful. Before I call up all my seniors, I just want to take a minute and thank my assistant coach for everything she does all year long with me. The hours that we put in outside of cheer, the annoying phone calls that I make all day long. Thank you for everything, and I really appreciate you. Okay, can all the seniors come up to the stage now? We have 14 seniors this year. I'm going to try to make this quick. I'm going to start with Genesis. She was new to cheer this year. The skills she learned in just 10 months is astonishing. Cheering came very natural for her. Genesis was always willing to try something new and quickly became an important part of our stunt groups and performances. Next up, Emily Sinche. Emily is a strong athlete, always pushing herself as a flyer to master different skills. She was always willing to help out wherever she could, be it working with flyers on the side or working on cheers and dances with other teammates. Good luck in college. I look forward to hearing about your successes. Awa. Awa cheered all 4 years of high school and was one of our captains this year. She did a great job building team morale and always working on team bonding. She constantly was putting in extra time with her stunt group and also helping others hit their stunts. She will be missed. Caitlin. for 4 years of high school and many more years prior to that. She puts everything in what she does and became one of our go-to girls to show others the techniques behind the skills. Thank you for being you and motivating the other athletes in the way that you do. Genesee. Genesee cheered all 4 years of high school and was a captain her senior year. Genesee is the definition of a cheerleader. I saw that when I met her a couple years ago in recreation cheerleading. Whether it be on the competition mat or on the field, she always put 110% in everything she did. She would come up to me her junior year, asking about the following year and coming up with new stunts, new pyramids, new routines. She was always trying hard for the next time she was cheering. She's an all-around cheerleader, always filling in every position, teaching other cheerleaders how to lift correctly, taking flyers to the side, working one-on-one with them. If she ever saw anyone frustrated or upset, she would always take the time to speak with them. Genesee was a huge asset all 4 years of cheer. Losing her is a tough one for me. She has always been the face of cheerleading here in West New York. Her dedication and willingness to do good for the team is like no other. It was a pleasure to have an athlete like you on the team, Genesee.
Okay, now we have Nilsa. Nilsa, what can I say? This team would not be the same without Nilsa. Nilsa was one of our captains this year. She is a very enthusiastic leader. You could always count on Nilsa to volunteer to help, whether it be helping us, the coaches, or helping each individual cheerleader work on cheers or stunts. Nilsa didn't just want her performance as a cheerleader to look good, she wanted her team to look good. Nilsa is a true team player. Wherever you go next, Nilsa, I know you will make us proud. One last tip, if you want Nilsa to show up somewhere on time, tell her 30 minutes earlier. Jonathan. Jonathan was a wonderful addition to our team this year. It's a real shame that he didn't come out for cheer earlier in his high school career, and Jonathan came ready to learn and work. Shylexi. Shylexi is another one of our captains this year. She is very talented and dedicated. Shylexi juggles multiple sports and does well in school. She should be proud of herself. Shylexi may have had a little trouble accepting me through the new coach in the beginning, but over the years we have built a great relationship. I will truly miss coaching you. Shy, I know you will go far in life. Make us proud. I'm getting emotional. All right, gotta pull it together. Okay. Jaylene. Jaylene and I pretty much came into this MHS cheer world together. She obviously knew a little bit more about cheer than I did at the time. Jay has made incredible strides throughout her career as a cheerleader here. She became a cheerleader who went from never flying to being one of our main flyers. With that kind of determination, Jaylene, college will be a breeze. Kimberly. Kimberly came onto our team after moving here. I give her a lot of credit for trying out for something new in a new school, but she did it and she never looked back. You could always count on Kimberly to cheer another cheerleader on or to encourage the others. She's always been a team player. And last but not least, Adama. Adama was one of our captains this basketball season. Adama is a natural leader. Adama was always there to teach, help, or cheer on the other cheerleaders. Adama has always held a very important position in our stunt groups. It is going to be almost impossible to replace you. Make us proud, Adama.
I'm going to announce our two MVPs. The first MVP is a girl that cheered all 4 years of high school cheered prior before she came to high school in recreation. She's an amazing cheerleader. She put everything into her senior year. I cannot ask for a better captain. It's Nilsa Almonte. Our second cheerleader also cheered for 4 years in high school and as well cheered in the recreation prior to that. She has very much experience with cheerleading. She teaches others. She takes time out. She wants everyone to do good. She is one of my best girls to help the other ones with any questions. She takes the first step to go up to a group. Do you need help? What's going on? Let me look. I'll help you. She'll take kids to the side. She'll help them with their flying. She'll say what they need to do at home. She is a go-getter, and that is Genesia Arango. Thank you.
Thank you, coaches. Next up, varsity football, Coach Calderera. Good evening. It takes so many people and a joint effort to make an athletic department run, which is why all the thank yous are plentiful around here. So again, to our Board of Education members, central office, our great commissioners, Mr. Walrap, our principal, Mr. Burkus and Mr. Fracho in our athletic department, thank you so much for what you do. With that said, the biggest thank you I'd like to say tonight is to you guys, the student athletes. Every time I watch you compete or hear about what you do in your competition, it makes me incredibly proud to be a faculty member, a coach, and an alumni of Memorial High School. You clap for yourself. But as somebody who's been involved in athletics their whole lives, coaching for 20 years now, I want to tell you this. What makes me most proud is when I watch you walk out every day on the practice field. When nobody's watching, when nobody's cheering you on, where there is no glory, where it's just you and your dedication and your commitment to your sport. That is something to be commended. And you do it every single day just for a small opportunity, not a guarantee, a small opportunity for one moment of glory on the field when the lights are on. So commend yourselves for that and give yourselves a round of applause for that. And now on to our football team. We had an interesting season with many ups and downs. Some of the most difficult things I've ever been as a coach happened this year. And I don't know if I would have been able to get through it without a group of committed men of incredible integrity and character. Our football team and our coaching staff. I'd like my coaching staff to join me on stage, please. Mr. Rodriguez, Mr. Perez, and Mr. Guerrero are in attendance tonight. I don't have many seniors on this team, but they're the backbone of our program. Okay, I'm going to announce 4 names. I'm not going to speak a lot about each of them individually because I always try to preach to them that football is a team sport. But I'd like to first call up Leo Rodriguez. Next senior, Steven Jimenez. Next senior, Arturo Hernandez. Okay, now the last senior I'd like to mention, even though he's not here today, Jason Donnies. Coach Perez, that gets you off the hook for giving our speech for our offensive MVP, which is also Jason Donnies. I'm going to call up my assistant coach, Martin Rodriguez, to give out our defensive MVP award.
Good afternoon. For those of you who don't know me, I am Coach Rodriguez, Mr. Rodriguez. I teach PE in Annex B, and I am the defensive coordinator. I will present to you an award that is very special to me. It's going to be the defensive MVP. This award is going to go to someone who has worked very hard for us for 4 years, has been a 4-year starter, okay? It's a lot easier said than done. He's been a captain in our weight room. He's been a captain on the field, played both ways, special teams. I mean, you name it, he's done it on the football field. He's our anchor on the defensive side of the field. This award is going to go to Steven Jimenez.
Okay, and our final award for our overall MVP. My players will tell you I'm not the easiest guy to play for. I'm demanding, I'm a tough critic, I ask a lot of them, and that sometimes that makes relationships between me and my players tumultuous. At the end of the day, we always wind up having great relationships before they leave. But sometimes they don't understand when they're younger what it is that I'm pushing them towards and why I'm asking so much of them. There's a kid that's been a 4-year player on our football team who's been in and out of our program for various reasons. But no matter what, would knock on my door and say, Coach, I want to come back. Coach, I want to come back. I'm going to work. I'm going to do things right this time. And I respect that so much because as a young kid, as a 15, 16-year-old kid, to walk into an adult's office, to your head coach's office, and beg to come back on a team after you might have been thrown off for doing something wrong, but eventually finally turning the corner, going into your senior season, and doing everything right. Everything that I've ever asked of him to do, he wound up doing right as a senior. And that's what this is about. It's the lessons that you learn as a student athlete that will propel you into your adulthood and turn you into the people that you will be in the future. And I'm so proud, and I expect so many great things in the future for our overall MVP, Arturo Hernandez.
Guys, when I introduced everybody, I forgot to introduce the gentleman in the middle, Mr. Correa from Central Office. If you can see, he has all the video cameras going. I'll let him come up later because I think there's a whole bunch of social media things that it's going to be out on. And I have a Twitter right now, so I'll tell you about that at the end. I can't even believe that. Right now, I'd like to bring up the band and Mr. Gadet.
Good evening. I want to start by thanking the administration, the members of the Board of Ed, and Ms. Olivero for being here and for everything that you guys do to help support our students. The band, I've always said, is one of the hardest working groups in Memorial. They are the last people working on graduation day, and they are back in the band room less than a week later working on the following year's performance. The students work very hard, and I push them very hard. They are not only artists, but they're athletes as well. The physical activity that they go through on the field and prepping for a 7-minute performance, and that's all they get. They put in hours and hours of work for 7 minutes a week. So I want to thank them for the hard work that they've done. And I want to recognize my seniors that are here this evening. Kimberly Lagos, if you could come up. A 5-year member of the marching band, Jalissa Almonte. And Edgar Echeverria. other seniors are not here this evening: Daniela Avalar, Margie Tabora, and Chris Arroyo. Thank you very much.
Okay, now we have the color guard, Coach Gushtan Gomez. Gush. Gush and Little Gush.
Good evening, everyone. Hi. As always, thank you to Central Office, the Board of Ed, our staff at Memorial High School, who really do work hard to help us be the best Tigers we can be. So thank you to you. It's so cute. I am always really honored and pleased to work not with the team in particular, the color guard, but also so many students in my classroom. Being student athletes, I do understand the sacrifices that you make, not only for yourselves to enrich your own experiences, but also to be part of that team. It's truly wonderful, the experiences and the gifts that you get and you give to your teammates. So I want you to take that lesson with you moving forward, so that way you can be the most productive members of your future communities, wherever it is that you may go. I think that this year was a really interesting, cool year. I had met a bunch of new people this year for my color guard team, and it was an absolute delight to meet them all. So I wanted to definitely bring up my seniors, and I have a small team, so I'm gonna have them all come up and embarrass them now. Yeah, did I stutter? Come on up. And then the little one, sorry. It's a package deal, she kind of goes everywhere. So first of all, I do want to say thank you to some new faces this year. First of all, Elizabeth Tapia, who's been absolutely fantastic, great contribution, and brought smiles to many of our practices, which we needed. So thank you. Poor little Irenis Reyes, who's all the way in Annex B all by herself all the time, she brought dedication, and she brought, you know, quite a bit of enthusiasm to something very new and outside her comfort zone. So thank you. The team would not be nearly as much fun without Sandra Meza to bring her her big personality to every practice. And then I have one more important kind of individual here, Miss Kelly Hernandez, who came as part of this package deal of juniors that I hope will stick around for next year as well. Thank you, Kelly, for your hard work. Augustina Cueto, who's been quite the character. She almost gives me, you know, a competition in big personality. Kiara Vargas has been on our team for years, and I'm really happy to have seen her grow and learn throughout the course of her time here. It's really been a pleasure, so thanks to Kiara. And to my seniors, I'm really sad that she just got a chance to meet us this year and to learn and grow, but I only can imagine fantastic things from Shirley Scott. And last but not least, Naomi Ramos, who has always brought something new and different to the table, and she's been really enthusiastic, and we've worked really well together, and I wish you best of luck next year. So thank you to everybody, and enjoy this evening, and it really is a celebration for you. Thank you.
The next coach I'd like to bring up is kind of the coach of coaches. We all have somebody that mentors all of us, including me, on a daily basis. Coach Sargent.
Good evening, everyone. Wow. It's great when you get an opportunity to teach CPR where I can meet every senior, and you guys are wonderful and you've done such a great job, so I love that. I just want to quickly congratulate all the athletes, especially the seniors, because you've kept the tradition of wearing the orange and black. Just like some of us, most of the coaches here, you know, that's why we come back. We come back because we love the orange and black, and you know, I wore it, and you guys get to wear it, and that's amazing. But especially for the athletes, because, you know, I think you guys are awesome as far as when you look at everybody in the class, and you look at the top 25 and all that, I get you guys, and I rank you so much higher. And because of this thing, Theodore Roosevelt had this great quote, "The man in the arena." I like to say the man and woman in the arena. But if you look it up, I'm not going to quote the whole quote, I'm not going to repeat it, but if you look it up, for me, what it means to me is that the arena is where you guys participate. And you guys have the guts to get in the arena, to fail, which you do most of the times if you know you're an athlete, or to have success. But you take that on. And there's people that criticize you that never go into the arena. Why do you think? Because they don't have what you have. So I appreciate that. So read the quote one day. You might get something different out of it. I always get that out of it because it's sports and that's what we do. Quickly, I want to thank Angelo. Angelo sees our runners constantly. And he has some new gadgets there, and he always tries to take care of our kids as much as possible, and he works really hard. And I know we're kind of always bombarding him, but he always comes through. He ate, by the way, he ate 3 times today. I saw that. It was amazing. Little guy like that, he can pay away. Our athletic department, Ms. Burkus doing what she does, and another alumni, and of course Veraccio. I get on his case a lot, but he always seems to come through for us, and I really do appreciate that. I want to thank my coach, Ashley DeFuria. Her hardest job is actually not coaching. That's when she has fun. She teaches preschool, number 4 school. So when she comes to us, she's ready to go, and she's exhausted, but she's ready to go. She's been great person to have on the team. This is our 2nd year working together, and she's just taken such good strides. She's made our team so much faster and so much better, and she always has the right stretch for them when they have this ache or that ache, or the roll on this, or do this with your hip. And she's just been amazing. I couldn't never have done it without her, so I appreciate you, Coach. At this time, could the seniors please come up? And while the seniors come up, I just want to quickly tell you about our freshmen. When I call your name, please stand up. Fabulous freshmen. We had Mahi Chusky. We had Rachel Pujols. Pretty Patel, Jennifer Rosas had a great year, and they're still running with us all 3 seasons. Our sensational sophomores, Shaylin Castellanos, Leslie Fuentes, Hazley Gamara, Lisbeth Ixico, Stephanie, I always mess up that name, I don't know. Stephanie Machado, Andrea Martinez, Jessica Pupa, Gabriela Salvaro, Julissa Serrano, our two juniors, Liz Gonzalez and Kelly Mungi. Just go quickly with our seniors. The first senior is Ashley Cazares. She's with us for 2 years. Ashley has been a great teammate, and she's a joy to coach. She is when I look at her, I think of a person juggling. She's always juggling. She runs track. More importantly, she's a student at Memorial. She does performing arts, and then she goes to work. I don't know how she does it. Sometimes you can see how tired she is, but she makes the best out of it, and she continues to work. Thank you, Ashley. Our next senior is Imelda Sutic. Imelda has been with us for 4 years. She made a decision last year. She never ran varsity. And she made a decision last spring to eat healthier and lose weight. And she did it. And not only that, she continued to get confidence and gain confidence, and she got better as a runner. And the better she got as a runner, the more confidence she gained. And the better, again, she started working harder. By our county championship, she became a varsity runner for us for the first time. And I can't tell you how proud I am of her. Thank you. Our next senior is one of our captains, Olivia Wong. And, I think she's also a 4-year member for us, 3-year varsity starter. She's an all-county runner. She didn't have the season she wanted to this year, but that's all right. We're still running. We still got the spring. And I tell you this every year, you're probably tired of saying it. From freshman year, I say the same thing. She's never missed a day of practice. More importantly, she's never missed a day of school. Knock on wood, it's still going. She's also ranked number 4 in the class. Our next senior is Milena Torcios. Also a 4-year runner for us. She's also a 3-year varsity starter for us. She had 3 years that were in and out of injuries. She really suffered a lot. This summer was her first summer that she was injury-free and then moved into the cross-country year. She had the best season on our team. She's the only runner I've had in 4 years, which every race she got faster. And we've never had that. Every race, consistently, she was better and better and better. And she's a joy to coach. She's number 17th in the class. And 14th, sorry, 14, God forbid 17. 14, that was 25 from the bottom, but 17, 14. So, but Milena has been such a great asset to our team, but had the best year, and that's why she's our MVP this year. Our last senior is Brenda Soriano. Brenda is also a 4-year runner for us, a 3-year varsity runner. And Milena, Olivia, Imelda, and Brenda were also county champs as freshmen. Brenda has been our toughest runner. She's an amazing leader. She's one of our captains. She leads by example. She's not always healthy. She's not always happy when she runs. She's hurting, but you can never tell by the way she runs. She's just an awesome person. She's so tough. And she has a contagious smile. Contagious. Whenever I see her, I can't help but smile. And if you ever heard her laugh, oh my God. It's extremely, extremely funny. But she's someone that's going to leave a huge hole for us at our program just because of the great leader she is. And because she's such a great leader, she was our best freshman runner that year. Our freshman county championship plaque belongs to her now. I don't need it on my wall. She deserves it. She earned it. And here you go, Brenda. And lastly, as I get older, and probably the oldest coach here, which I'm fine with, I'm good with it, you realize that coaching it's not about the wins and the losses. It really happens to be about relationships. And to see these young girls as freshmen come in timid, scared, not having no confidence, and to see them grow steadily every year turn into these amazing, confident, strong, beautiful women is something that I love. I love watching that. And I want to thank you girls for giving me that. Because of you is why I coach. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach Sarge. Next up, boys cross country, Coach Sierra.
Good evening, everyone. So, let me just begin by thanking some people that did all the little things that really mean a lot to me. I don't think I got to thank the people at the board last year. Last spring, we didn't have a bus ready to go to a really big meet in the spring, and they were nice enough to lend us their SUV. It was a really nice ride, so thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hempel. He's not here, but he gave us sandwiches at our county meet. He brought us sandwiches. And thank you, to anybody else who did all those little things for us that maybe nobody notices, but they do count at the end of the day. So let me start with seniors. So I'll call you guys up one by one. First and foremost, first team All County, Francis Martingale. Francis is a real leader on the team. He broke the course record at Bayonne this year for the county meet, so that was amazing. Thank you for that, Francis. Next, Michael Valerio. I coached Michael since 7th grade at the middle school. I'm so glad he's ended up graduating from Memorial. He started the first 3 years at Hoboken Charter School, and every year I try to convince him to just come full-time here, and he finally finished his last 3 years here, so congrats, Mike. Next, Joel Cookie Javier, come on. It was torturous watching a sprinter running distance during the whole summer, but he pulled through, and thank you, Joel. Next, Steven Ventura. Steven has hit a couple of roadblocks along the way, but no matter what, he's come back, and his perseverance is amazing. Thank you, Steven. Next, we have Noriel Perez, another one of my student athletes from 7th grade. Next is our valedictorian, Michael Sanchez. I keep encouraging Michael that he can sleep more now and he can just work out and run and not do anything else. They don't have to worry about anything. And last, Brian Martinez. Brian is by far above everybody else, the coolest guy on the team, because he doesn't even try. He doesn't even try. He's just naturally this cool kid that makes our team so much better. All right, the varsity letters now. We already have Francis up here. Next, Abdul Diouf. Abdul really worked hard as a sophomore to get into our varsity team, so congrats. Next, Elvis Rosas. Elvis is very quiet, but he lets his performance do all the talking. Brian Martinez, we have up. Jacob, come up, please. Jacob Gonzalez. Jacob made first team All-County this year. Jonathan Bow, please come up. Special credit goes to Jonathan because he comes up from high tech. A lot of times he has to run by himself, and it takes a lot of dedication to stay on the team with that schedule, so congrats to John. Michael Sanchez we have, Michael Valerio. Hunter Sauerborn, 13, All County. Hunter, I had to personally invite him back on the team because after baseball season, he didn't want to run a lot during the summer, but he made it back and made 13 Mall County, so congrats. The last person we already have up here, Noriel Perez, right? So I forgot to thank somebody really important to our team who's doing a great job for the indoor and outdoor track team. A person who I was lucky enough to develop an awesome coaching partnership with, Mr. Anthony Izzo. So our last award, our MVR, most valuable runner, right? We don't play running, we don't play, we just run. So this person was really our most improved runner. He always liked to boss people around ever since he was a freshman. And this year he backed up all that bossing around, great leader on the team. And I can't say enough good things about him. You probably recognize him in gym class. He's wearing the shortest shorts possible. And has a great attitude. Thank you, Jacob Gonzalez. Thank you, Eddie May.
Thanks, Coach. This year, by some crazy set of circumstances, I became in charge of tennis in the county. I don't know how, I don't know why, but nobody else would do it. But luckily, I have one of the most respected coaches around to help me run the county tennis, and all the coaches listen to Coach Ocho Grosso, and he really is well respected across the county. Girls tennis, Coach Ocho Grosso.
All right, so semifinals of the county, okay? We've tied Bayonne because they didn't have lights, so if it gets too dark, you just can't finish playing, so we've tied them. We've lost to them as close as you can possibly lose in tennis, okay? And now we're in the county semis against them, okay? And the game doesn't go our way, okay? We lose again as close as you can possibly lose. Bayonne won the championship, so we were as close as you could possibly get, right? And as the girls are coming in, I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna start crying, right? And it wasn't because we lost, like who cares? Like Sarge said, it's not about winning and losing. Like at the end of the day, it's really not. But the thought hit me like, this is the last time this team is gonna be together like this. Like there will be other teams and other teams will be even better than us. That's wonderful, but this is the last time this team will ever be together. And 15 years coaching, I can tell you this is probably the best team I have ever coached. This team was absolutely amazing, okay? Give them a round of applause, okay? I told you, tennis girls, I told you, and I told everyone last year that last year's seniors built an amazing, amazing program for you. And you girls took it to the next level, and I'm so proud of you. So, if I call them up one at a time, I've learned, number one, they don't hear anything I say because they're too busy not trying to trip on the stairs. And if they are listening, they trip on the stairs. So we're gonna call all four up, like a lot of coaches have been doing tonight. Let's have Stephanie Landaverde come on up. Let's have Natalie Rodriguez come up. Let's have Mercy Urena come on up. And let's have Megha Patel come on up. Okay, one big round of applause for this amazing, amazing group of seniors. Okay? Finished third in the county, went on to the second round of state playoffs, okay? Amazing record. These girls really were a phenomenal, phenomenal tennis team, okay? But much more than that, this team had so much fun. Okay, this is not only the moment. Other teams have won as much as they have won, but other teams have not won as much as they have won and had as much fun. Like, just really every bus ride was just this party It was unbelievable, and I don't know where it came from. Like, they're not these super outgoing girls normally. Like, I don't think they are. Like, but just every bus ride was incredible. Okay, and you girls really thank you for everything you've done for our team. Okay, we will start with Miss Stephanie Landaverde. Okay, give her a round of applause. Okay. It truly is not about tennis, and we say that often in our practices and our games, okay? And what I'm so proud of Stephanie, she did become a great tennis player, but I really saw you grow as a person. I saw you grow from being a person who wasn't really sure what you were about to becoming somebody who was sure what she was about and the person that she was. And I'm super proud of you for the young woman you have become and for the amazing tennis player you became. Okay, Stephanie Landaverde. Every team needs somebody who's going to make fun of the coach at every possible opportunity. If you are that player, would you raise your hand? If you are that player that makes fun of the coach at every possible opportunity. Well, when Pam Nunez graduated last year, somebody had to take that spot, and Megha Patel took that spot wonderfully, okay? Took every opportunity she could to make fun of me or to disagree with me. We had some amazing arguments on the bus, okay? But Megha, if I could give out a most improved award, it would go to Megha. The incredible improvement she made on the tennis court. She did not pick it up naturally. It was not something that she picked up right away. Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work. And she became an incredible tennis player. And her and Stephanie only lost one team the entire year. Just really an amazing, amazing group. So thank you, Megha, for everything you did. Next, we have our co-MVPs. Okay, so let's give them a round of applause for co-MVPs. Okay? Picking MVP was absolutely impossible, so the girls voted, and this is the way it came out, okay? But we will start with Mercy, okay? Mercy became an amazing tennis player. When she only started in the 10th grade, having never touched a racket before, she was starting varsity as a junior. We've been in the top 4 teams in the county for about 7 years now. We have a really good tennis program. And after having never played before, it took her 1 year to get on varsity. That's the athlete that she is, and much more important than that, you set an amazing example for the girls. I enjoyed seeing you this year come out of your shell a little bit and getting to know you better. Mercy, thank you for everything, okay? And finally, Miss Natalie, okay? So the girls' tennis team has had the success that it has because in the summer, they are out there all summer. As soon as the summer season begins and we're allowed to start practicing, they're there. They're practicing, they're practicing, they're practicing. Well, for 2 years in a row, Natalie decided to blow us off for Europe, okay? I mean, come on, right? You gotta go to Europe, okay? But, so she missed 2 summers because her family was able to travel, okay? And she still played first doubles at the varsity level, which is a high level of tennis. After missing 2 summers, that's how good you were, okay? And the girls love you, they look up to you, you're hilarious, you're absolutely hilarious, and we're gonna miss you in a big way. So again, thank you to you seniors, thank you to you girls, thank you Boyd, thank you John and Ira, thank you for everyone, Angelo, thank you for everyone who lets me do what I do. Thank you Memorial High School, you're amazing.
Thanks, Coach O. Like Coach Sarge and Coach O both said, it's not always about winning. Although this next team wins their share and they played for a conference championship, the best event of the fall by far is their Go Pink game. And those of you that are coming back next year or people up in the front row, when we send out the email about the Go Pink game, it's a must-see. All right, they do a great job. They raise a tremendous amount of money every year, and then they have a great check presentation, which we're going to do during baseball. So next up, Coach Santiago and girls volleyball.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's doing it. Oh.
Coach, I can't leave this, sorry. I'd like to start by thanking Clara Herrera, Stacy Olivero, Robert Sanchez, Board of Education Trustees, Assemblywoman Angelica Jimenez, Scott Warab, John Ferraccio, and Myra Burkus for your endless support to Memorial High School athletics. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to coach girls volleyball.
I'd like to thank Angelo Ramos for everything he does for our athletes on a daily basis. You keep our athletes healthy so they can compete to their fullest potential, and I don't think any of us would know what to do without you. So thank you for that. I'd like to thank my 2 assistant coaches, Kerry Jameson and Amo Blubba. So this year's seniors became a family 4 years ago when they walked into the program. As the years went on, their family grew as new girls joined the program. Like any family, you go through your difficult times, but you come out stronger at the end. These girls had the dedication to train all year long for the last 4 years, constantly training and practicing, even when it was their off season, going to open gyms, to prepare for the upcoming seasons. All their hard work paid off when 7 out of our 12 varsity players got named All-County this year. These girls helped each other on and off the court. They helped each other practice their skills, outside practice with advice, and even formed a homework club before waiting for the bus before we went to away games, helping each other out. Everything that the team accomplished this year was because of our great senior leadership. The seniors asked to continue their annual paint game in order to raise money. And like Faracho says, with their dedication and hard work, we were able to raise $500. Which we were able to donate to Inglewood Breast Cancer, the Breast Cancer Center in Inglewood Hospital. Besides raising money, we were able to honor a number of remarkable women who either fighting or have fought and they're survivors of breast cancer at that game. The seniors really embraced their leadership role throughout the season and are leaving Memorial High School with endless memories, and they're truly going to be missed. So our first senior I'd like to honor is Valeria Calle. So Valeria joined the program when she was a junior. All the things that teachers kept on talking about is Valeria, and I had to meet her, and I got to meet her her junior year. She quickly became one of our top go-to players. She was always ready to step up to play any position that will help her teammate out. This year, she was asked to become one of our main setters and hit as an opposite hitter. She was quick to step up to the challenge and worked hard to improve her skills for that position. And because of that, she was recognized as a first-team All-County this year as an opposite hitter. Our second senior, Natalie Medina. She joined our program her sophomore year. She missed most of her sophomore year because of an ankle injury she had. After she got hurt, she was like, "Coach, I'm gonna focus on track for the rest of the year." I said, "That's fine." She came back her junior year and then almost didn't play this year. And so I made some quick phone calls to the track coaches to get in touch with her over the summer. And she came back. I'm glad she ended up playing because she really brought a lot of positivity to the team. She knew how to push her teammates to work harder on a daily basis. She always had a huge smile on her face and knew how to get everybody to laugh. Even though volleyball wasn't her main sport, she worked hard and learned every aspect of the game. And because of that, she was recognized as an honorable mention this year on All-County. The next two seniors I actually had them since freshman year when I was a freshman coach, and then they joined the varsity program when I became their head coach the year after that. So the first one is Angie Santos. So she's played all 4 years of high school since her freshman year. She's been a leader in the program since her freshman year. She took the role as a setter and has worked to perfect her skills in the position. She became very knowledgeable in her position and every aspect of the game. Angie quickly became one of our main go-to servers because of her powerful serves, even though they were not always in. She was one of our top servers in the county. Her hard work didn't go unnoticed, and she became honorable mention this year in All-County. Our last senior, I've also coached for 4 years, Shalexi Rodriguez. Like Lindsay said, she's a two-sport athlete in the same season. Okay, she found time to balance both cheerleading and volleyball while being a role model student athlete. Since her freshman year, Shalexi has worked hard year-round to be the best volleyball player she can be. Because of all of her work, she became one of the top players in the division and one of the top players in the county. This year, she was actually named Player of the Year for our county. Shalexi led the team any way possible and made some big plays for us this year. And that's why this year she's our MVP.
Thank you, Coach. Next up, we have Coach Stroback and girls soccer. We did survive Monday's basketball game. MVP.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank all the central office and the Board of Education for everything that you do. Without all your hard work and dedication, none of this would be possible, so thank you. I would also like to thank Principal Warrap, Mr. Ferraccio, and Ms. Burkus. The daily support and continued dedication to your coaches and athletic program is second to none. Another thank you to my assistant, Coach Rodas. This is our second year coaching together, and she is one of the hardest working coaches I've ever been around. She's also a great role model and someone that our girls can always go to for anything, so thank you for everything. Last thank you, Angelo. Everyone here knows how valuable you are, so, goes without saying. You're just really important to the athletic program. Thank you for everything. All right, so now on to our team. For our season, this is one of our most successful seasons in the last 4 years. We finished tied first in our division and earned a spot in the state tournament. We had 2 players that made first team All-County and another that made honorable mention. We have 5 seniors here, so start with the first one. The first senior I'm going to call up, I actually thought she was a senior last year. So when I found out she was a junior, I was pretty happy. Marianne made great strides her senior year, scoring her first career goals. She always added much needed comic relief and always worked as hard as she could. She was a 2-year starter, mostly playing forward for us, but she would do whatever she was asked. Every good team needs a player like this, and that's Marianne Quink. The next senior was her first year playing for us. I don't think I've heard her say more words than yes coach or no coach, but she always showed up to practice and never complained. I wish I was able to coach her longer, and I wish her luck in the future, and that's Diana Garcia. Okay, next senior was a 3-year varsity starter and 2-year captain. If I could describe her in a couple ways, it would be determined and a leader. Janice rarely missed a practice in her entire 4 years and always made sure the whole team wouldn't miss practice either. She was the backbone of our defense and most importantly respected by our whole team. I know whatever Janice decides to pursue in the future, she will be great at it because of the great quality she has, and that's Janice Martinez. Okay. I don't think it could be argued that our next senior is the heart and soul of our team. She is a 4-year starter and a 2-year captain. I could say she played midfield, but really she just played everywhere. I've never seen a girl work as hard as she did on the field. After almost every game, the opposing coach would always ask me, who's number 10, and how does she have that much energy? Nati earned first team All-County midfield this year, and she would be a great asset to any college team next year. That's Natalia Marilano. Okay, this last senior had over 50 goals for her career. She is a two-time first team All-County forward and has gotten a lot of college interest. But more importantly this year, she was able to earn the respect of her teammates and was named team captain. She has truly made a huge turnaround from when she was a freshman. Arami accounted for about 90% of all of our goals in the past 2 seasons. I hope she ends up deciding to play college next year, and she was also our team MVP, and that's Arami Diouf.
Okay, guys, last up, boys soccer, Albert De Los Reyes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, student athletes, and seniors who have been here awarded tonight. Congratulations, and I wish you the best of luck in your careers in your path. I'm here to present this year's boys soccer team. Just to tell you a little brief story, I'm very proud of these guys that this 2018 season they came. We had a quite number of players trying out, and unfortunately we had a great deal of players we had to cut off the team. But I'm very grateful to have a back core program players that will stick around for the next 2-3 years into our program to try to make it the best way possible for the next future generation to come. I'm very thankful for those guys that stuck. Even though they played 2 seasons, but the majority of the guys that stuck for 4 seasons with us. And some of them were by their sophomore year, they were playing varsity level. And I thank them from the bottom of my heart for all their achievements they've done. I would like to call in, come to the podium, Giovanni Amador. Brian Naranjo. Carlos Cisneros. Our captain, Guillermo Argueta. George Pereira, Jorge. Brian Rivera. Jose Santamaria. Brandon Munoz. but please, David Palma. Palma, I will miss you all the time. Okay. These guys stuck with me these past 4 years, 3 years into the program, and I'm very proud of what they've done. I know for them, it's one of the seasons they're gonna recall back in their life and say, you know, we tried. But they know that generations behind them, they have to make the best way possible. I know that our programs have been successful in the years past. And when they saw those players grow and left Memorial, like there's always a saying in soccer, players come and go, coaches come and go. And they stuck with me. And they always have these, some of them have said, we'll back you as much as possible we can, coach. No matter what happens, we'll stick with you. And I'm very thankful for you guys, for some of you who said that one time. From the bottom of my heart, I won't miss you. All right? And this year's MVP award goes to one person, no matter what, he stood. Freshman year, we needed him to play varsity. He was on the bus. He sat on the bench, sat sophomore year. He played varsity, became a starting player in the JV team. Oh my God, everybody said they never trusted him, but he was always there, no matter what. And the MVP of this year's award was to Giovanni Amador. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night.
Thank you, Coach. All right, guys, before you leave, hold on. Couple announcements. I told you earlier that I have a Twitter, okay? It's at MEM Tigers AD, whatever that means. If you see me in the hallway, give me some ideas for hashtags and let me know how it goes and what you have to do. Second thing, thank you to everybody who came out tonight, guys in the front row, central office staff, board of trustees, commissioners, Mr. Wolrab. Thank you to athletes. 2 days we start spring sports. There'll be an announcement on your Google Classroom about where you can find this on social media.